See a few more people joining in. Excited to see you all today. Uh, Definitely throw in the chat, start to get to know each other. One of the beautiful things about this community is the kind of organic networking that happens. So please introduce yourself in the chat, share where you're joining from. If you want to throw a LinkedIn in there. We are recording the event, but the chat would not get published to anyone else. It will only be for the people who are present at the live meeting. So I'd love to see as much engagement in the chat as we can get. If we haven't got to meet before, my name is Susan. I work for SHPE National. I work out of Kansas City, Missouri. And I call myself the fangirl of entrepreneurship. I do not know anything about being an entrepreneur. I do not have any experience, but I love the community and very involved with the entrepreneurship community here in the Kansas City area. Love supporting entrepreneurs, and who knows, maybe I'll be an entrepreneur someday when I retire. But for today, I just love seeing what our SHPE community is doing and investing in this community. And so excited to be part of the team just to kind of help with these events. So today we're going to have a speaker, somebody who's been around SHPE for quite some time, and we're going to introduce her in a little bit, but we're going to talk about how your first customer is closer than you think. A few just quick announcements. If you can share your camera, that is great. It always helps the speaker to be able to see some smiling faces, some head nods. Again, you won't be on camera unless you decide in the Q&A that you want to unmute yourself and speak. Only when you speak would your image be shared in the recording. So feel free, if you can, to keep your camera on so Diana can see you and interact with you, and others can interact with you too. Do mute your microphone if you're not talking, just to kind of help with the sound quality. Definitely engage in the chat. I'm seeing all of these wonderful, I'm seeing San Diego and California and Arizona, Fort Worth, Baltimore, so many. So keep it coming, keep engaging. Don't just throw the intros in the chat, but as Diana's going through her content, insights, questions, hey, here's a great resource that's related to that, or something I found. Just engage with the community in the chat, and then make sure that you do the closing survey for us at the end, just kind of helping us keep these events going strong. If you haven't been to an entrepreneurship event before, throw in the chat, is this your first time to ever participate in an entrepreneurship? We like to throw the word ship on the end of everything. Event. Love to hear if you're a first timer. We would love to welcome you. Three kind of key components to this program that we've been doing: community building. So we'll throw in the chat, Benny, if you want to throw that link in for the LinkedIn community that people can join. Would love to have you join our LinkedIn community and continue the networking outside of the events. We do these virtual kind of workshop, more kind of content knowledge sharing once a month, and then we also do a cafecito once a month for people to network and engage and hear what each other is working on. And if you happen to be coming to our national convention in Indianapolis, we will have some events at National Convention for our entrepreneurship community as well. Oops. Boy, I forgot to take that middle one out. It's supposed to be in a later slide. But we definitely need you all. So if you would like to be a cafecito speaker, if you would like to be a workshop speaker, we would love to have you. If you would just take those QR codes, I'll send the slides out with the recording tomorrow with the links and everything, but we would love to. Or if you know someone that you're like, ooh, they would be a really good speaker, I know I've heard them speak before, feel free to nominate them to us. We would love to have more people speaking at our cafecitos and workshops. We do have another program that we've done. This is our second cohort. This is a free opportunity that's actually offered through a Qualcomm partnership. They have the Inventors Patent Academy. This is our second cohort. We just finished up the first cohort doing the Patent Essentials course. And in September, we're going to start another cohort with them to do their newest course that's called, I think it's here in the description, it's something like creating value from your ideas or your patent or something like that. I just went to one of their events kind of hearing more from one of the authors today It's a very short time commitment. It's not a big time commitment. It's also no pressure, too. Like, this is not school. So if you don't get the 30 minutes of work done, it's okay. Just come to the community, engage. Um, but it's there and it's free and it's a great way to engage and connect with the community. So if you'd like to join in on that, we'd love to have you in that space as well. So I'm going to introduce our amazing, wonderful, talented speaker. I've been so impressed and so just grateful for the introduction that Melissa Drake made, that I got to meet Diana Lee Guzman. You can see her website link here. I encourage you to check it out. They are doing amazing, wonderful things. I'm going to let Diana tell her whole story, but you can see a little bit about her here and her experience. Coding in color, that your mission and what you're doing, Diana, is very near and dear to Ship Heart. I think we have a lot of great alignment in the type of work that we're trying to do. But excited for you to tell the story today and provide some ideas and resources for fellow entrepreneurs, because I know you've been down this journey and you're still on this journey and you have a lot of insights to share. So I'm going to stop sharing my screen and let you take it away.
Thank you so much, Susan. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen because I have an exercise set up for all of us. And this is actually a working session. So I'm going to ask you guys to pull out like a pen and paper, a pen and pencil, so that way we can kind of get some ideas moving. So let me go ahead and share my screen. All right. Maybe not this expanded. One sec. No, thank you. You guys can give me one sec so I can move my screen around. Okay, one more time. Okay, excellent. So really quickly, I'm gonna keep my eye on the chat, but who here has started their own business before? Any yeses in the room? You guys can also come off of mute if you guys would like to share. Okay, Walter's in the process. Excellent. And I think I saw Benny. Yes, Benny's on his fifth one. Excellent. Beautiful. Okay. Yes. Okay. Walter started an HVAC company. Awesome. My brother's in HVAC. Excellent. On prototype and feedback. Excellent job, Ashley. Okay. So yes, Benny, you had a question?
Oh no, that was just for if you start a business.
Okay. Gotcha. Okay. So this workshop is focused on your first customer is closer than you think. So we're going to do a working session. We have about 49 minutes together. And I'll do a quick intro of myself, which is my name's Diana Lee Guzman. I'm the founder and CEO of Coding in Color. It's a nonprofit focused on computer science, digital skilling, and AI education. And my background is actually in computer science, so I don't have necessarily a business degree, but I have an engineering degree. And I'm actually originally from SHPE Region 4, so that's the New York City, City region. And I studied computer science, and I was a former software engineer, first at Boeing and later at Microsoft. And what I am up to now, since leaving corporate life, is I do a bit of real estate investing. So I have rental properties that just helps me diversify my income so I could take risks in other areas of my life. I'm a nonprofit founder, so we do B2B specifically. And I am also a runner. I run marathons and I started a run club here in Arizona. I'm also part of Computer Science Teachers Association here in Arizona. I'm the vice president there. I'm part of another local foundation. I'm also a big supporter of Indigenous women in technology. And I'm also the chair and founder of the Arizona Computer Science Education Coalition, which is a coalition bringing together K-12, government, higher ed, technology industry, coming all together to develop a computer science state plan for the state of Arizona. So most importantly, I'm a SpongeBob meme lover, so you will see that throughout my entire slide deck here. So there's a couple things going on when it comes to entrepreneurship, and I think it can be very glorified, like, oh my gosh, I don't want a boss. I don't want someone that's going to tell me what to do, where to be. You know, I can do basically whatever I want. Like I can go wherever I want and I can work remotely, boom. And then you're like, okay, that sounds great. And then you're like, okay, well, how do I sell? What do I sell? Who do I sell to? And how do I get people to pay me? And just generally, like, where do I start? And I think I would assume in this beautiful group here is you're probably like talented at a lot of things. And you're like, I actually don't even know what to capitalize on because I'm just, you know, I can do technology, I can do finances, and you're probably like the first in your family to maybe even think about like stocks, life insurance, you know, Roth IRA. So you're like, maybe I can share that knowledge with other people. Like there's just so much that so many skills that you have already accumulated. And it can feel really overwhelming with like, I don't even know which one of these to kind of get started with. But for today's session is you don't need to do all of the things all at once or to even choose like, oh, this is like the best thing and I'm going to make $1 billion off of this idea. Entrepreneurship is really like a numbers game. It's like how many darts can you throw at the board? And that's going to increase your chances of one landing in the target. So we're going to go ahead and get started with our very first. Did someone have a question? Did someone have a hand raised? No? Okay. So I think sometimes we think like, oh my gosh, I have to go all in. I have to quit my job. I gotta, you know, don't do that, please. So we wanna keep that income stable and we want to verify like a business that is going to bring in money consistently before we start making any big moves. So we don't want to start necessarily with the resignation letter. We want to start with who's my customer and can I get someone to pay me? That's like step number one. And it can actually feel really intimidating. The thought of like, oh, like one paying customer seems simple, but when you have to go and ask someone, hey, can you pay me $500 for this service? That can feel a little intimidating. So that's what we're going to get started on today. So today's big three is I wanted to think about a number. So something that could change something in your life, and I'll expand a little bit more on that. But that could be like $300 a month might make a change for you, as in like my electric bill can be covered. My Claude subscription can be covered, whatever like that number may be for you. Two is a pitch, a sentence, because I want Silvia to come up here and say, hi, my name is Silvia, and I help first generation families build out financial plans for XYZ thing. And I also want to get very specific on a name. We need to identify who like a potential client is. And it's not like, oh, I could sell to, you know, moms. And it's like, no, what mom do you know? Is it your sister? Can you ask your sister to be your first customer? Can you pitch her, right? We want like specific names, not like a generic group of people. Okay. All right. So we're going to skip the story part, but we're going to go directly into skill inventory. And I feel like it's going to be a really long list with this crowd, which is good. We're going to have a lot to choose from. We're going to do skill inventory. And we're going to select a skill that we really want to hone in on. A financial target, again, thinking about that number that's going to make a difference in your life. Customer math. So if you have that number that is going to make a difference in your life, what can you price out that service or that product? So you can figure out how many customers do I need on a monthly basis for it to start like, oh, this is making a difference in my life. And then we're going to go into the pitch. So developing your pitch now that you have a clear idea of the skill that you are essentially capitalizing on, the skill that you are selling. All right, let's do it. So I want you guys to get a piece of paper, a pen. You could do it on your phone, but it just hits different when you're like writing it out. Like it just feels good. So if you guys can go ahead and get a piece of paper and a pen. And I want us to start with, think of the skill or the things that people ask you to solve. Like you can do like something maybe like in the last 3 years, or maybe even something like there's been something in the last year, like this keeps coming up. I keep getting asked to help people build their businesses, right? So maybe I could think about like a business consulting agency, right? Or people always ask me to build their websites, or people always are asking me for like business insights as a data analyst. Whatever that sort of looks like. What are people consistently asking you for over the last several years? And we want to start seeing some trends there. Okay, I want you to do a little inventory. Let's do 3 minutes. Does that sound good? Let's do timer. All right, let's give ourselves, let's do 3:30. Oh, 3:30. All right. So we'll do that. And I'll do some elevator music in the back. YouTube, lo-fi. Watch out. I knew it. Can you all hear the music?
No, we can't.
No.
I hear some stuff here.
Barely.
Barely, yeah, barely. That's the best way to say it.
All right, we have about 30 seconds. I was just jamming out by myself, basically.
That's okay.
All right. So coming back to this, can we get three folks to share their inventory of skills and what their top three skills are? You can come off mute.
I can go. So a lot of my skills are in data and customer acquisition and sales.
Okay, so we have data, sales, and what was the other one?
Customer acquisition and like customer relationship.
And oh, those are good ones. Those are good ones. Okay. Who else would like to share their skills?
I'll be brave. Hi, my name is Alan. Don't know if my camera's working. Okay, there we go. Longtime ship member here, so really excited to be on this call. Um, I'll say the things that people now come to me for is around like career advice and coaching, dealing with toxic work environments and bosses, as well as career pivots. I'm a former engineer, so there you go. I've moved into the HR space, so that might be a tricky question for some on here that are engineers.
Yeah, that's perfect. I mean, regardless of the industry, we have skills that we can sell essentially. Excellent. Thank you for sharing, Elen. One more person.
I can share. Can you hear me?
Ashley, your volume is very low. Or was it Sylvia?
It's me.
Sylvia, okay.
Yes. Hi, I'm Sylvia. My top skills that people look for my support are planning, teaching, and strategizing, I would say.
You said planning, strategizing. What was the other one?
Teaching.
Teaching. Oh, that's a good one. That is a good one. Excellent. Okay, so we have some skills, and I'm sure you all have those really long lists. You've honed down on those like top three. And I want us to start thinking about which of those three would someone pay for? And it might be like all three. And do you have starting to think about like a specific person that would pay for that? For example, Elan was mentioning coaching and like career coaching. What type of individual is sort of looking for that? What does that sort of demographic sort of look like? Are they early career? Are they more senior? Are they women? Are they pivoting careers? What does like that sort of demographic look like? And when you're thinking about these skills, I think there's someone in the waiting room. Okay. When you're thinking about these skills, which of those skills, you could think of it in two ways. Which of those skills would someone be willing to pay for? Or two, what is something that you would really love to do? Because sometimes we want those to align, but sometimes it's really hard to align those perfectly. And maybe someone will pay you $500 for financial advice, but you don't really love it, but you're willing to take $300 to be a coach. Okay. We're going to move into the next one, which is, what does your number look like? So for it to make a difference in your life, like if somebody paid you $20 and you're like, yeah, that was cool, that was fun, but $20 is not really going to change my life right now. But if someone paid you the $300, you're like, clock subscription paid for, I can Canva paid for. What is the number that would make a difference for you? And it doesn't necessarily have to replace your salary yet. But as like your first customer, your first set of customers, what is a number that you would be like, that is satisfying? I I would be very satisfied if someone paid me that amount of money for this particular service. So give you about do we need a minute? Do we need 2 minutes? Let's give ourselves 2 minutes to do this one. I want you to think about a number. Does it have to, like I said, does it have to replace your salary? But it should do something meaningful for you. And what's your timeline for that look like? Is it that you want to earn $1,000 this month, $1,000 over the next 2 months? Or you want to make 1,000 per month? And I would like us to start sharing our numbers. And what it would mean for you. I did not even start the timer. Okay, we have a minute. Okay. Who would like to go first? What is the number that would make a difference for you? What is the number that would make a difference for you? And what is the skill that you would like that number to sort of align with from the 3 skills that you all zeroed in on? Yes, Ashley.
Can you see me?
Yep, we can see you now.
Okay. So, hi, again, my name is Ashley. My skill is, I would say, like solving daily life frustrations and connecting people to the right resources to solve those. And I want to make $230 a month from this within 5 months.
And is that 230 per month over the next 5 months? Or 230 in total by the 5th month?
I would say
Nice job.
230 in total.
230 in total. Okay. Excellent. Awesome. So your service would be helping people solve sort of general life frustrations, challenges, pointing them to the right resources. Excellent. Beautiful. Thank you for sharing, Ashley. Anyone else would like to share?
I would like to share. Well, my skills are I have an engineering background, mechanical engineering, so I'm good at prototyping, designing, and making products. So I guess with this, I would like to earn maybe 1,500 over the next 3 months, so 500 per month. I think
Excellent.
that's reasonable goal.
Yay. Thank you.
Maybe a little high. I don't know.
Excellent. And so would this be like 3D modeling, or what is the
Well, that could be something I use it for. I do have a prototype that I have made, so that's the one that I'd like to look into.
excellent. Okay, perfect. I can't wait to hear your pitch at the end. Awesome. Beautiful. Okay, so we have 1,500 within the first 3 months. Excellent. Who would like to go next?
I'll get it. I'll get it go. Sorry. I'm thinking six. Sorry. Can you guys hear me? Sorry about that.
Bluetooth disconnected.
Okay, can you hear me now? Less than a month, right? I'm a chemical client, and I'm really good with my hands. And working with technology makes it's really easy for me, but it has to be like hands-on. So I'm thinking 6,000 a month on stuff I do already.
Could you repeat that one more time? Did anyone else get feedback from Walter? I got a little feedback on your mic. Oh, you are muted.
Sorry about that. Is it still doing that feedback thing?
Yes, there is some feedback. Would you mind dropping your goal in the chat?
Yes.
Beautiful. Thank you. Okay, awesome. So another reason why I like to do these like sort of share outs is also giving folks like sometimes we might think that our goal is, we don't know if it's too little or too much. So when you start to hear other people's perspectives, it starts to sort of reframe things for you where it's like, oh, well, why am I trying to do $1 million in 3 months? Or why am I charging $2 in 3 months? So kind of hearing what other people, what they would like to do or how much they would like to charge kind of gives you like an idea of like, okay, maybe I should press on the gas a little more, or maybe I should pull back a little bit. So excellent. Okay. So now that we have like this meaningful number, right? Which is for Alex, it was $1,500 over those 3 months. I think for Ashley, we're in like the 250 range. Walter, 6,000 a month. How do you want to price out your product? What is your price that you are charging a customer? And there can be different, I know there can be like different tiers and like different like subscriptions and things of that sort, but if you can think of like that base, that first offering, how much would you charge that customer? Susan, I just saw your comment. I had a contractor told you're definitely not charging enough. That's a good one.
Yeah,
That's
I told that to
great.
them. They gave me the quote for work, and I was like, you are way undercharging. I don't know if you know this guy, but like you need to charge more.
I love that. We love honest feedback. I think especially when you're early on in the game, you're trying to figure out like, like, am I above what the industry is calling for and like nobody's gonna buy the product, or am I way, way under? And I'm
Well,
not
and
letting
from a
this be
customer
stable.
perspective, the reactions that I got when I told people like this is how much this is, their first question to me was, "Oh, they must not be a licensed contractor. Must not be very good, right? Like that was the reaction. It wasn't like, oh wow, that's a great price. It was like, ew. So
Yes.
yeah,
Yes.
underselling yourself
You
can
know,
have some other consequences.
I love that. I love that you bring that up, Susan, and that is such a good one. Always having the lowest price is not always ideal. Which is why we can get into that a little bit, but severely undercutting the industry raises a lot of red flags because it makes you seem like you're not going to do good work if you're that cheap. Okay, so price per customer. So I'm going to go ahead and ask Ashley, Walter, and Alex again, just because that was a follow-up on our last how much we wanted to make over per month. How much are you willing to price the product or the service for one particular customer?
Yes. So I can go first. So you said just making sure the price per customer,
Yes.
it's 25. And so with that monthly target and price per customer, I got 10 customers.
Okay, you will need 10 customers. All right. Thank you, Alex and Walter.
Yes, I'll go first. So, the service that I would do would be pretty high tech. Like I would deploy the device that I have that does the job for them. Something that would take, I don't know, maybe 4 hours for a person to do. It would take the device 30 minutes. So
Okay.
I charged it at 500.
Okay.
So maybe 3 customers a month would shoot for $1,500 a month.
Okay. And the pricing, okay, I really like that, Alex. If you all listened to Alex explaining that this device, there's a pricing that he's able to do because it would cost a human 4 hours, but it would cost the device 30 minutes. So you could charge what it would take, what a human would take 4 hours to do, or slightly undercut it. But it's right, that's where you're able to say, here's like the cost that the customer's saving by going with my product. So Alex, for you, what type of worker are you making it like an equivalent of?
What do you mean? What type of worker?
You said it would take a human 4 hours, but it would take the device 30 minutes. So what is the role of the human? What is their expertise?
Water quality testing.
Oh, okay. Q&A. Okay. So they're very expensive. They're very expensive. So you put it in as $500 per customer because you're saying it would take a human that makes $125 an hour to do that work, which is how you're thinking $500.
I didn't calculate it like that, but I guess it's a good way to put it.
Okay. Awesome. And then Walter, I see in the chat it would go about $500 to $600 per customer, and on average you would need 12 to 15 customers. Excellent. And Walter, were you the one mentioning HVAC?
Yes, yeah, that's me.
Excellent. Okay, awesome. Walter, by any chance, do you have a mechanical background?
Yeah, I went to school for mechanical engineering.
Okay.
And then I got a HVAC as a plan to fall back on, and then it just worked out.
Excellent. Awesome. I love that. Those two worlds are very side by side. So that's why I asked. Excellent. Okay. Now I want us to think about the actual customers. I know some of us have like B2B. So I know like Alex, Walter, you're thinking about B2B, maybe not like a specific person. But Ashley, Sylvia and the rest of the folks on the call, I want you to start writing down contacts. I want names. I want names. I want people. I want their phone numbers or their emails. I want you to write those down. I want a minimum of, let's do 5. 5 people that you can sell this service to. 5 people or 5 businesses. What is their phone number or what is their contact? We need their contact. Phone number or email. I want to spend 3 minutes doing this.
Hey, while they're writing down, I'm going to ask you a quick question on a term that you used that I don't know what you meant when you said it. You said B2B.
Business to business.
Thank you.
Yes, B2B, business to business. So our organization, we sell to schools specifically. So we don't sell our services to a person or people. That's my hardest. Seeing friends and family as customers. Those, those are like the first people I would ask. Honestly, those are like, they're supposed to be your ride or dies. They
I
want to
would
see.
say, as a friend of someone who has a lot of entrepreneurs in my life, I love it when they tell me something new is happening. Like, I don't feel the pressure. Like, if it's not something that I need or that I want, I don't feel like I have to. But I don't know. I just love supporting like small businesses, and I think it just helps our communities. And so I see it as a win. It's very hard for me to know what is happening sometimes in my local community. I'm not someone who, I'm getting better about like following stuff on Instagram and things, but we don't really know anymore, right? It's hard to know who's small business owner, like whatever. So I even like it when they tell me, "Hey, my friend," it's not even me, like it's not even my friend, like they're telling me my friend is opening this new restaurant or whatever. Like I love doing that. So find the people on your friend and family list that are those supporters and start there.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And I see, Ellen, you said it's cringy.
I guess let me explain a little bit, a little background here. So I used to work for Amway on the corporate side and the technical engineering side. And that is, when I say MLM, that's multi-level marketing. So that's direct sales, people to people. That's like old school, knock on the door salespeople. And that always was an intimidating thing to me because I'm like, I don't see myself as a salesperson. And they always start with their friends and family first. And it just, I don't know. It's a fundamental thing for me that bothers me. I don't want to ask a lot of my friends and family who I know sometimes are struggling financially to be like, hey, how about you pay me for this skill, right? I know it's something to overcome as an entrepreneurial mindset, but I think with the Latino background and not having a lot of people that are in a position to afford ad hoc services, it makes it difficult.
Yeah, that totally makes sense. And I understand. I think sometimes, if we come from families where dollars are stretched, and then asking them to buy something from you on top of that because you maybe already have some sort of empathy for maybe a situation that they may be in. That's totally understandable, but also like you have engineering friends. Like maybe if your family can't, like you have friends who are engineers who could definitely pay you for something for a service. Or if maybe they're not your ideal customers, they always know someone. They always know someone. So I will say being an entrepreneur is probably like the fast track to like getting over cringe. Like you just have to do it. Like you just have to put yourself out there because if you are scared of getting judged, very hard to make sales like that. you
I
kind of
will
got to
say
be a
that's one of the
lunatic.
things that we've been talking about in the entrepreneurship committee for a while now too, is about how to help elevate our ship members who are entrepreneurs, small business owners in a way that is, to use your word, and the not cringy for the other ship members too, but like there's a lot of ship familia who wants to support, who wants to know, and it's sometimes kind of hard to know who's doing what. So if anybody has any great ideas, we have some that we're kicking around, but I think there's a big community here that wants to support each other too, as even as customers.
Maybe we need like a Shep Mercado, a virtual mercado of all the businesses that the Shep
We did
members
talk about that. We talked about
have.
even having that, like even at national convention. So
Think
we'll
of
see.
that.
We'll see. But I'd love to see that. I would love to see that.
I love it. Love it. Okay, so I'm gonna skip this one, just because we're a little tight on time. But if your list is short, I want you to start raising the price. Okay, if your list is also long, I also need you to raise the price. Um, you will get more done. You will get more done. It is more effective for you to serve 10 people at $300 than trying to serve 100 people at $30 each. So just consider if your list is too long or too short, you probably need to increase your price. Okay, lastly, here is the pitch. I want us to work on our pitches, which is I help a very specific person, a very specific client, customer. I help small businesses build, do a specific outcome. What is it that you are selling? So I help small businesses build their technical and data insights. And then what is their specific pain point? So you don't have to use a specific verbiage without. I will get to your question right now, Yvette. So I want you to start building out your pitch. So this is just like an idea, like a template, and your pitch can deviate from this, but I want you to get very, very clear on who are you helping? What is the pain point you're addressing? And what is the specific outcome? Like if I am buying something from you, what am I expecting the change in my life or in my business to be? So I want you guys to work on that pitch. You should be able to say it out loud in under 3 minutes. Like your whole pitch from start to finish should be within 3 minutes, if not shorter. People's like attention spans are short. Okay. Specific person, specific outcome, and the specific pain point. Yvette, you said a short list also indicates an idea that's too niche. How can this approach contribute to a sustainable model, such as steady income? Okay, I will address that at the very end so I don't deviate from what we're currently doing, but that is an excellent question, Yvette. All right, we're going to share our pitches, by the way. So I will give you all 2 minutes. And I want you to practice that. It could be one sentence, it could be 2 sentences. We have about a minute left. right, we have about 20 seconds. Oops. All right. Okay. Time for the hot seat. All right. 3 volunteers. You could share your pitch. Is there someone we have not heard from yet in the group? Okay, let me see. Does maybe start from the top? Alexis, Anthony, Arthur, anyone like to share?
Yeah, I can jump in.
Yay, Arthur, welcome. Okay, awesome.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Pitch.
Yeah, so I help people with physical disabilities by creating myoelectric prosthesis to help people regain their mobility.
I love that. I love that. And is your customer institutions or people directly?
I hope to one day help people directly, just so we can have like more well-fitting prosthesis.
Alrighty. Thank you so much for sharing, Arthur. Excellent.
Yeah, thank you
Anyone
for
want to
having me.
give Arthur feedback on his pitch? One. Okay.
Can you say it one more time, please?
Yeah, absolutely. So I help people with physical disabilities by creating myoelectric prosthesis to help people regain their mobility.
Mm.
Excellent. I love that. What I would maybe get super clear on is who you're selling to. Are you selling prosthetics directly to institutions who then give it to people with physical disabilities, or are you doing more equipment? What does that look like? But excellent. That's really great.
Yeah, so let me just start by giving a little bit of my background. So I'm a biomedical engineer major, so it combines medicine and engineering. But right now, I'm mainly focused like building myoelectric prosthesis, like hands-on. But in the future, I do plan working with medicine, and that probably will force me to work with people as well. And I guess for my target audience would be like working with patients from whether being from car accidents or people from the military. I would love to help those people and try to regain their mobility and way of living.
Thank you for sharing, Arthur.
Yeah, so
All right. Anyone else would like to share their pitch? We can do one other person. I know we have 3 on here, but we are tight on time. Ashley?
Yes. So I help firefighters reduce work overtime hours through an app subscription so they can focus on serving their communities at their best.
Okay, excellent. That was really great. That was very precise. Anyone have any feedback for Ashley? All righty. Okay, excellent. So we only have about 3 minutes with each other. But something that you guys have your number, right? That number that would change something in your life. You guys have a list of potential customers, and you have your pitch. It's not going to be perfect the first time. It's not going to be perfect the 10th time. Once you do it like 100 times, then you'll start to get the swing of it. But this is a really great starting point. And what I would like to see you all do is I want you to send a text right now to someone on your list. And I know that some of you are doing B2B. So Walter, unless you're doing residential and you have somebody's number right now. And Alex, I want you guys to send an email to someone on your list. Send them a pitch. You don't need to send any fancy like document or anything like that. Just say, hey, my name is so-and-so. Here's my service. Are you interested? I want you guys to shoot your shot right now. And if you guys could let me know in the chat once you send the text or that email. I would really like for you guys to understand the power of momentum. You cannot like hack the feeling. Yes, I don't have an LLC set up yet. That is still fine. That is still fine. People can still pay you directly. And for you to get an LLC takes maybe like a week or two of you getting your paperwork. So you can start your LLC tonight. The power of momentum is incredible. Alex, if you send that email, excellent. Walter, I definitely want you shooting your shot right now. Tell someone that you will go fix their AC this week. Alex, you said yours is still not fully functional. If you can tell this customer that you're going to give them a demo in 3 weeks, I think you will find a way to get it completed in 3 weeks. I want you to shoot your shot. Any good insurance recommendations? I would go through an insurance broker. If you go online, if you go to maybe even start with like Simply Business, they're an insurance broker. Tell them what you do, and they're going to point you to the right. If they can't handle what your business does, they will send you to another broker that can specialize in like construction, and they'll get you connected to the right insurance company. I would like to open my LLC, but I'm not sure how to do it. Oh my gosh, Ingrid, please reach out to me. I can send you in the right direction. Okay.
I will also share too, and I'll share with the recording. We actually had a couple of attorneys come and volunteer their time to talk specifically about how to do the LLC, kind of offered some assistance too. So that's on our YouTube playlist. But yeah, feel free to connect with Diane. I know she's gone through that process before as well.
Any good advice?
And we had somebody come and talk about taxes, a tax specialist that works specifically with Latino entrepreneurs. So check out that playlist on our YouTube channel.
Yes, excellent. And Walter, because HVAC is those are not nickels and dimes that customers are paying you. Those are bigger $1,000 deals. I would get a CPA. I would not do those things yourself. Okay, so I have my contact information here at the bottom, and today this may not have been like necessarily new information. I think a lot of business can be very intuitive, like kind of like what you need to do, but sometimes it just takes someone to say like, let's set up a time for you to do what you know that you have to do. And the really big thing out of this is like starting that momentum, which is getting things on paper, getting things drafted, reaching out to people. Like that's like planning things out is like 10% of the game. Actually doing stuff is like the other 90% of the game, at least in entrepreneurship. Like holding things in thought don't count. When you go out and you do, that is going to get you closer to you getting those checks in the mail. Awesome. Well, thank you all. Oh, yay! She reached out to a prior mentee. Yeah, let's go. Excellent. Excellent. Thank you all for having me. I would love to field questions, but we are 3 minutes over time. I have my contact information here if you would like to reach out. I'm also on LinkedIn if you want to reach out, if you want like one-on-one time, you want to dive a little bit deeper into like LLCs, maybe reaching out to CPAs, above and beyond that. Any questions you may have, feel free to reach out.
I just want to say a big thank you to Diana. Clearly, this could have been, we could do a whole workshop series, girl. At least a 2-hour workshop,
Yes.
maybe a course. We'll see. Whatever you're willing to do. I know you're got lots on your plate and hustling as well. So we appreciate you. Appreciate everybody who came tonight. I know there are like 500 other things that were probably on your to-do list today, and you took time for you to do this. So huge congrats. It takes a lot to invest in yourself and invest in the SHIP community. So keep engaged. I'll send out the recording. I'll send out some more resources. We do have a cafecito coming up September the 9th. We have another workshop coming up on VC funders on September 23rd that just got locked down today. So I'll send you more info on that. But would love to see you guys keep coming to events and keep engaging with us. And thanks, Diana. We appreciate you. And we appreciate Melissa for making the connection.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you all. Let's definitely stay in touch. And I hope this isn't the last time we see each other. I'm like, we could do so many cool things together.
That's right. All right, everyone. Have a great rest of your day.
Bye, everyone.
Thank you.